Gateway Gamers podcast.
Hi, my name is Brian Marvel. Welcome to Gateway Gamers Podcast, a podcast where I introduce my friend RP to the world of board gaming, one board game at a time. How are you, RP?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a minute. We've prided ourselves on never missing a week. However, just due to life, we have been, I think we're 2 weeks behind, which is A-okay because no one's reached out. Seems to notice. You have been super busy. Mm-hmm. Kid Rock is on tour. We know you're a super huge Kid Rock fan, so you have been traveling multiple states to follow his American badass tour.
Yeah, you know me. I don't know. The Detroit punk rocker is my...
I don't know anything about Kid Rock. You're the expert, so according to lore of the show.
He was born in 19... No, I don't like Kid Rock. Don't get that rumor started. Cancel me. But...
we have been busy.
We have been busy not following Kid Rock around.
Yeah. So just a quick announcement at the beginning of the episode, if you are a faithful listener, we will be going to 1 month releases for the main kind of feed for a while, just because of things going on. I am back at school at the moment, so that's just kind of taken a lot of my time, and I recently just got a new house.
Hey!
So I have been...
Podcast Studio C.
Yes, I have been packing a lot of things, getting ready for closing, doing all that nonsense, so it's just been tough to get the microphones out to kind of record. So
No, I haven't seen you in...
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Like a month and a half, I think?
Yeah, which is a lot for us. So just for the time being, 1 month releases, possibly change in the future, hopefully. And I might, just when I can, pop on and do a solo episode here and there. But it's just going to be a little erratic for a while. But we're still here.
Yeah, we're alive.
Yeah, still doing things.
The podcast is alive.
Yeah, it's alive! Because it is our technically Halloween episode.
Yeah. Typically we do some sort of entrance, but we already hit them with enough horror with going once a month.
Yeah, it's already scary enough.
Yeah.
So you ready to learn about our game we're going to be covering today?
No, actually I wanted to talk about Kid Rock's tour a little bit more.
Okay, tell me about it.
So he kicks off with All Summer Long, and then he just plays Born Free for 2.5 hours. No, Born Free is an inside joke.
That's a deep cut for Kid
Free,
Rock.
yeah.
What is Kid Rock? Ba with the Ba.
What?
Man, he's been around forever. So I was in 6th grade when Ba with the Ba. You don't know Ba with the Ba?
No.
Ba with the Ba, da bang, baby, ba.
Oh, really? That's it? That's him?
That's,
da bang, da bang, diddy, boom. That one?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Kid Rock's been around for a minute. Anyway, this is not the Kid Rock podcast. Well, so
it can be.
It can be, yeah. Look,
that's why we're going monthly.
Yeah, a little, yeah. Sorry I spoiled it. That's why we're going to 1 month so we can cover.
We were going to drop it on his birthday, and I have no idea when his birthday is. So welcome to the Kid Rock Fest.
American Bad Podcast ass.
American Podcast. Pod ass.
There we go.
Yeah, maybe.
Copyright. No one steal it, just in case we decide to do that in the future.
Yeah, it's workshopped. Yeah. It's being workshopped. Anyway, we're here to talk about games, I guess. Yeah.
All right, so the game we're going to be covering today...
Oh, Unmatched. Cobble and Fog. Very cool.
Yeah, so this is a game I've had in my collection for a long time. I've mentioned it before, and you weren't even aware it was a thing, and I kind of took note at that, because we've covered the Marvel sets on our show. You have played some other Unmatched. I think we covered T-Rex one as well, the Jurassic Park one. So when I mentioned this one having like Dracula and whatnot, you were interested.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just never come out. So.
That's actually, I didn't get to look at all the who was included, but that's actually perfect because I have just finished watching all of the classics for the first time. So... Dracula and Frankenstein I watched last year, but like all of them, like Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein,
those old school Universal,
Wolfman,
black and white,
even some non-Universal like Jekyll and Hyde. I really liked. I watched Universal's like Phantom remake with Claude Rains because it came with the set I bought, but then I watched the Chaney silent one from 1925. I watched that, and that was better than the 1947 one or 43, whatever it is. So I am like
You're in.
head first,
Yes.
like deep in all of this. My favorite was Bride of Frankenstein, and we just saw the new Frankenstein from Guillermo del Toro, which was disappointing. But
save that for your podcast previously recorded.
What's that?
your podcast, that's also on a monthly hiatus as well, right?
That's on like a yearly hiatus. We drop like the Christmas episode. But this is excellent right now. I'm very excited. I like this game. Mm-hmm. You know I like this game.
We both really are.
I had
Unmatched.
I didn't like it at first. Mm-hmm. And it's like a coming of age with Unmatched. But I'm really excited to try this out.
In this set, we have Jekyll and Hyde, the Invisible Man, Sherlock Holmes,
and
Watson,
Sherlock
which
Holmes.
is cool, and then Dracula. Like, I like that they have these horror...
Dracula.
And then you throw, like,
Sherlock
Holmes. It's just a funny...
Investigate them.
Yeah, like, funny character kind of thrown in there as well. So, you ready to go play?
Yeah.
Let's go. And we are back.
Yes, we are back.
Alright, so going first impression. We have covered this game before, so we're not going to go super into details. But what did you think about this edition? Coming from kind of just playing IP-based.
Yeah. No, I liked it. Nothing negative to say. I didn't think I guess these decks are massive, so I will say I didn't think all of them were, like, incredibly themed to, like, their character sets. Like, I really didn't think there was anything specifically, like, Dracula-based.
Are you kidding me?
I really did, yeah. No, I
sucking down my health and healing up and...
Yeah, I guess. But, like...
That's a wild statement.
Yeah, I think...
This game is incredibly...
I thought Jekyll and Hyde was perfect. Because those are two characters I play as. But I guess when you say it like that, yeah, sure, sucking down your...
Yeah.
And sacrificing my...
Yeah, Holmes wasn't...
The sisters.
Sucking down health.
No, I'm being serious. Like, I wasn't like... When I read these cards, like, wow, like I was watching you play, like playing as Hyde or you playing as the Invisible Man. But I guess, it's right in your face.
Yeah.
Kind of the writing is right there. But no, I loved it. I really did. Yeah.
Okay. So let me give some stats on this one.
What about you?
I will go into it. You let me give my stats, sir.
All right.
Unmatched Cobble and Fog came out in the year 2020.
Remember who you're talking to.
A great
year. You don't want the other side of RP
the American
coming
Bull
out.
God.
You don't want PR coming out. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
RP and
Robert
and Kid Robert. I said the American Bull God. I think is that his name? I know more about Kid Rocket than you.
I have no idea. This is not made up lore I need.
All right, so as I said, this Unmatched Cobble and Fog, this edition came out in the year 2020.
Great year.
It is now out of print. It's they consider in the vault. This is something Restoration Games has done where they taking some of the older sets, throwing them in what quote unquote the vault, so they can continue to release sets without like flooding the market. Because if you go to a Barnes and Noble, they have a lot of these sets and they're on sale. Like I think they put out so much that they start to realize like, oh, Barnes is putting all of our Marvel sets for like $15 a piece. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, because I think
they're expensive on like Amazon.
Yeah, because I think the Marvel ones are done as well. Like I think they're done with that license, so they're probably like in the vault. But they said all these like free IP ones are in the vault and they'll come back. One that I missed is Bigfoot and Robin Hood, which I'm annoyed I never grabbed, and it's gone. And they said maybe it'll come back eventually, but there's no plans for it. So this one, same thing. It's in the vault. If you can find it, you can find it. If not, maybe down the road. Unmatched is 2 to 4 players, plays for 20 to 40 minutes, ages 10 and up. I guess you just need to be able to read. Designed by Rob Davio, Justin Jacobson, Chris Leader, and it's a reimplementation of Star Wars Epic Duels. So, as we know from Restoration Games, we'll take an older, out-of-print game that really doesn't like work in modern gaming, and they'll retool it to like change the IP and whatever. Yes, restoration, restore it. Perfect. I totally missed that. But So this is a reimplementation of an old Star Wars game. It's just a card-based game, moving figures around. Like I said, we're not going to get super detailed, but that's kind of all it is. You're moving Jekyll Hyde around the board, you're moving Dracula around the board, and then it's basically a rock, paper, scissors type battle where it's I put a card down face down, you put a card face down.
Yep.
And it just kind of the numbers and as well as some of their special powers, which we will go into now. So you played as Jekyll Hyde and Dracula. I played as Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, and the Invisible Man. So I'm going to start with my favorite of these two, which was the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
He was the one who kind of held it down. That was there until the end. The Invisible Man is very versatile. He's a very movie character, which I liked. He moves around a lot. At the beginning of the game, he has these 3 fog tokens that move with him. And then you can move between those fog tokens as if you're invisible and just kind of like appearing out of the fog.
Super cool.
So, and then if I'm standing in the fog, I get a +1 to my defense on any of the cards that play defense, which super thematic, super cool. A lot of his cards really utilize that, where it's I would hit you, and if I was successful, I could transport to any fog card, just like completely teleporting on the map, which is kind of unheard of because a lot of the movement in this game is so small. For me to be able to jump that big of a gap was huge. And then a lot of his defense would just kind of turn completely invisible, which would negate your attack completely. I had a really awesome card where I would completely take my character piece off the board and then heal. And then when it was my turn again, I would go back, which just kept you from doing anything to me. Like, that was a really effective, really cool, just, again, thematic. I'm completely disappearing off the map.
Yeah.
So overall, like, I think in this box, even the characters you played as, I think the Invisible Man, I really enjoyed. I enjoyed that play style of annoying, just being like, hey, I'm coming out of the fog, smacking you. Not for a lot. He didn't do a lot of damage, and that's kind of what slowed him down the most. But defensively, he was just like, I'm gone, I'm disappearing. Yeah,
absolutely. I really liked him, too, watching you play as him. So I guess I'll start with Dracula, because I already kind of talked about him a little bit. So Dracula comes with his 3 sisters. They're just called the sisters, and they're not his sisters.
They're his brides, essentially.
His brides,
why not the brides? Or
I don't know why. It's usually his brides.
Yeah.
But he was cool. Kind of standard movement. He would have some cards that would allow you to move to any space and gain an action, or
he has mist form. You could like almost like Invisible Man, teleport to anywhere on the board, which is
there
really
was that
cool.
card you could move to anywhere on the board. There was a few ones that had like cancel out anybody's attack.
Yeah, you hypnotized.
Yeah, you hypnotized.
It was very cool.
There was
again not thematic at all, right? Like,
no, shut up. I didn't play that one though, like the hypnotize. I guess I didn't read it though.
You did. I don't think you read it because that was the.
Because I was trying to, we're balancing 2 decks, and I was also. My wife was making us food, and it was a whole thing.
Chit-chat.
But, like, there's Feint, which is, like, cancel all the effects on your opponent's card. But a lot of the art on his cards are awesome.
Yeah, the art is something we talked about before. The art on all of these cards are fantastic. Yeah.
There was one that was, like, exploit. That's, like, after battle, draw a card. And it's him manipulating, a puppet or whatever. But, I kind of just... I outlasted you with Dracula because you're like you said. There's a couple towards the end where I was able to bring one of the sisters back onto the board and heal, like for the amount of sisters I then had on the board and stuff. And a lot of the cards that I played were based off of like there was a larger attacks, but a lot of them were smaller attacks that you could manipulate a little bit.
Well, you had that wolf form.
Yeah, that was the big one. That was 6 attack, and then for every card you discard it, you.
Add to the attack,
attack, which I did like, but
maybe
maybe
you just weren't kind of like paying attention to what the cards were.
Maybe I was more focused on Hyde.
Well, Hyde has more elements. Like I feel like Drag is a little straightforward, but Hyde has more.
Yeah, like if you look and read these cards, they're thematic, but there's nothing like. I think there was like nothing like. There was no gimmick like with Hyde's or with you. I think that's what I mean. There was no gimmick. Yours had a gimmick. My Hyde had a gimmick.
Yeah.
So
Drag
maybe
was very
that's
straightforward.
Very straightforward. Which there's nothing wrong with that, and I very much enjoyed him. And spoiler alert, he won me the game. So there's that. And I guess I can just. Do you want to go into Sherlock, or do you want me to go into Hyde?
No, I'll go into Sherlock. Sherlock Holmes had a partner with Dr. Watson, who's normally is like a token that's like a one shot, but Watson had his own health of 8, and I liked Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if I was able to utilize all his cards before he kind of got taken out. But Sherlock Holmes is very, like, deductionary of the opponent's deck. He had one where I think it was just kind of like elementary. I think it was literally called like elementary Dear Watson, where I would guess a number of my opponent's cards. So I'd be like a Dracula 3. If RP had a 3 in his hand, he had to discard it, and then he would get hit the amount of boost. The boost is just like another number that's on the card that you can play to boost attacks and defenses. We honestly forget to use it all the time. But I like that because it's kind of like, all right, I'm manipulating, not so much manipulating, but I'm kind of using RP's deck to do damage or do weird things. He also just had a lot of things where it was like, after combat, I could look at your hand. So it was a lot of those things where it's like hand manipulation of your opponent. I could see what you had to better play my cards, because it's just like, all right, like I know he has 4 defenses, they're worth 3. I'm going to play a higher card than a 3, or I can look at what your cards do and kind of decide how that's going to affect me. And then having Watson was also really cool because he's just like in the story of Dr. Watson, Sherlock Holmes, he's a medic and like a military man. Mm-hmm. So he had a range because he had a gun. He's running around with a gun. His gun just does 5 damage with like no special. It's just like perfect. Like he's just running around shooting people. But also a lot of his cards were like, to me, Watson, and you could move that token right next to Sherlock Holmes and heal him and then draw cards. Like they were very manipulate heavy in the sense that's like, I'm affecting your deck. I'm manipulating my deck a bit by drawing cards, which help me manipulate your deck. And Holmes didn't do a lot of damage, but Watson would kind of come in as, again, thematic, just like kind of in, depending. The Robert Downey Jr. made Sherlock Holmes a fucking badass, but in normal stories, it's kind of like Holmes is kind of the brains, and then Watson's
the backup,
the muscle,
the muscle and the backup.
So I liked him a lot. I've read that people think that Sherlock and Holmes are kind of overpowered. I didn't see it, but I also, like you said, we've only played one game so far of this box, so we might not have seen all the cards.
I thought he kind of was.
He was at first,
and he should. To be fair, he should. To be fair, he should, because he's human. So he should have a little bit of an added bonus, but I feel like I kind of took care of it with Hyde. Mm-hmm.
So Hyde was very cool, by the way, if you want to start with...
Yeah, I will. So the cool part about Hyde is he also has a gimmick. His gimmick is that if you start as Dr. Jekyll, but if you can, at the start of your turn, transform into Hyde, you just take 1 damage. When you maneuver, that counts. It says after your maneuver, take 1 damage. So it's like a free action to change as him.
Yep.
But if it wasn't, it wouldn't be surprised, because I was misplaying some actions in our game.
Yeah, we always do with this game. For as much as we play this game, we still mess up movement. We mess movement of the sidekicks, and we mess up the drawing. And it's not a hard game, but it's just like, it happens when you play a lot of games that you just kind of mix and blend. Like, we play Marvel United so much, so we were kind of just doing the Marvel United draw at the beginning of your turn, and then doing other stuff. But it wasn't game breaking. So
no, but I felt bad afterwards, so I randomly discarded 1 turn. Anyway, so Hyde is pretty cool. So he has, if you guys are familiar with the game, it'll say on your card, it'll either say your character name, it'll say any, or it'll say like your additional characters or whatever. So there was a lot of cards that I had that were only Dr. Jekyll, which a lot of them were defense. And the other ones were, the offensive ones were all Mr. Hyde. And the offensive ones, they did a lot of damage. And that is how I kind of neutralized Sherlock, where I kind of just went after him as Hyde and, took those damages. But after I took out...
He snuck up. It wasn't fair, because
I came through the creepy door.
It was toe for toe. It was Sherlock Holmes versus Dracula, and just literally slobber knocker, just punching each other back and forth. Watson coming in healing, you sucking blood and healing, and then Invisible Man and Hyde were kind of doing their own fight, and then I teleported with Invisible Man, and then Hyde just snuck up behind Holmes like a cheap pansy and just started wailing down. But Dr. Jekyll and Hyde were very fun, and when he attacked. Like, it was a good balance of, like, you get hurt when you're Hyde, but you're doing some damage.
Yes. And so the theming on this was incredible. The art, obviously, as always, is incredible, but the art on these were really, really awesome. So there was cards like that for Mr. Hyde that it was like you can play Mr. Hyde in any zone and then deal 2 damage to Dacian fighters. There was one that you had to be Jekyll and you could recover 2 health and draw up the cards. Things like that. There was card names like Forever Hyde, which allowed you to discard 2 Jekyll cards, and then you add those to your value. And then the big one was recoiling below, which you place him in any spot afterwards, but then you transform back into Dr. Jekyll, which had screwed me a couple times, because there was times where I was still Hyde, and you attacked me, and I had no defense, but then there was other times where you turned me back into Dr. Jekyll, and
you didn't have a card.
I didn't have a card ready or anything like that.
The art in this set I think is some of the best for sure. I think every set is obviously beautiful art. They did something with this box that I really like that they don't get to do as much. Where Jekyll is everything is this neon bright green. Like all his cards have like this bright green element where it's like blood in his mouth, but it's green, or he's smashing a mirror and it's just green. Where Dracula, all his cards are this bright, vibrant red, which makes sense. Invisible Man, it's all blue, and then Sherlock Holmes, it's all yellow. So they really stand out from each other, but it's just like that use of one color and just making it so loud is so cool. Where it's like the other sets have those bright, loud colors, but it's like they'll mix purple and red.
Yeah, yep.
But just having that one color element, like, really makes these cards pop. Especially Dracula. Like, his red is...
That's so cool.
Because it's so much blood, it just stands out, like, really vibrant. But, yeah you're kind of, like, shuffling those Hyde cards. I'm like, man, I was like, that green just really pops.
It pops.
Yeah,
it looks great. It kind of gives, like, green...
Disgusting. Like, it
a green hue is always something I've associated with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So to, like, have this in this game is cool. Yeah. Obviously... Dracula's red makes complete sense, but
and then
awesome.
Something about this set that other sets, each set kind of gives its own thing, its own theme. A really cool idea that they did for this one, which they don't do a lot, is the map is also special. So it's Bakerfield's Manor. So it's not Dr. Jekyll, Sherlock Holmes's mansion, and it has these like trapdoor escape kind of things. So there's certain parts of the map where it'll have like a little keyhole. And you can go to any other keyhole spot in the map. That's big because, as we kind of said, this game, the movement is always great. Each character usually only moves like 2 or 3 spots. So sometimes it's kind of a drag to get to the other opponents or to move around because you also get blocked in from the other guys. So having that method to be able to teleport without powers teleport was really cool. It's thematic, I guess. Holmes would have like these weird
like tunnels, maybe.
Is Bakerfield's Manor it doesn't look like any creepy house. So I just assumed it's Holmes' house. Doing some live googling.
Well, no, he's isn't he 201 or 221 Baker Street?
No. So who's Bakersfield Manor? Bakersville Manor.
Is it Bakersville or
Bakersville? Baskerville.
Oh,
Manor.
Baskerville Manor. Oh, that makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
That is, it's stuff that appears in Sherlock.
Is that the bad guy? Is that
The House of Baskerville is a Sherlock Holmes novel.
Okay.
So yeah,
it must be.
Just one of the
maybe
novels.
It's just not his house, but
That's right.
it's a place where
because they did the Hounds of Baskerville on Sherlock. That was one of the episodes.
Okay. So
anyway,
maybe not his house, but it's a element of Sherlock Holmes, where I enjoy that. Sometimes they do that where they'll have cool maps, sometimes they don't. And I like
Bakerville Manor is a playable map in the digital game Unmatched digital edition.
There we go. So maybe just made for this game. But Yeah, I like that element that they added. The other side of the map is just like Dracula's Manor, and it doesn't have that element, but it's, again, just another cool map. All their maps are kind of...
They're always cool.
Yeah, they're cool, but they're never super thematic. It's just dots on a board with good art. But I liked that element of being able to kind of move around.
Yeah, it was cool. It caught me by surprise.
So overall, you played the Marvel sets. I think you played Volume...
I played the one with Alice in Wonderland and
you
the
hated
Samurai.
it.
Yeah, I hated it. I've played almost all of the Marvel ones. We played the Jurassic Park one.
And then you've played Volume 2? Because you played, remember the Golden Bat? Like, you played Golden Bat, you were Achilles. So where's Golden Bat from? No, Golden Bat I think is from the co-op game. We never played the co-op version.
I remember being Achilles.
Yeah. So you played this game enough. Where would you rank this one, kind of?
This is under the Spider-Man one, probably. Spider-Man one I think is my favorite one.
All right.
This one I would probably put right under that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's jumping up some of the Marvel sets?
Yeah.
And what's good about these games, if you don't know, you can mix and match everything. You can have Dracula and Spider-Man versus She-Hulk and the Invisible Man. Like,
There's never unmatched. It's always matched.
Yes.
No matter how you shake it.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
Is that a Kid Rock lyric?
But it's provocative. But shut up.
So at this point, with everything, you can have a unlimited combination. With they're releasing more. The next set is Muhammad Ali and who's the fighter guy?
Jet Li?
Not Jet Li.
Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee. Muhammad Ali versus
Bruce
Lee is one of the new sets coming out. After that is the Turtles. The Ninja Turtles co-op game. They announced Hellboy is going to be coming out. Witcher just came out. So
4 baby turtles.
Exactly. I came. Do you know what that is?
No.
They're just like, I feel like it's Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze or whatever. And then it's April O'Neil, like they're living with April O'Neil. She comes home and she's like, hey, like, where's Master Splinter? And they're like, oh, he's up on the roof. And she's like, what is he doing? And she's like, I came. But and then he says something else, but it just sounds so weird, out of context. So there's more down the pipeline, restoration games.
That's like thinking about the Jaws, like, oh, what?
Yeah, what?
Sorry.
It's fine. Just weird things that we kind of notice in movies. So Restoration Games they keep partnering with IPs. They also have access to the library of free IPs that they could continue to make this game for years. So this system, Unmatched, is one of my favorite game systems. I almost have every...
Yeah, you almost have every box.
Yeah, every box, minus a few that didn't jump out at me, but if I ever see them cheap, I would grab them for sure, just because more is better. Even if I don't know the characters or have real association with them, the playability and variability of how they play, like, no one feels the same. They're all different, which is amazing.
I would agree, yeah.
So, that's it for today. Thank you, RP, and I'll see you in 1 month. I know
bye-bye.
I think Kid Rock is in Minnesota next week, so enjoy. Happy Halloween, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you have a safe holiday, and if you're listening to Kid Rock out there, see you at the live shows. Yep. No, God, no, stop.
It's never going to end. That's it now.
I was born free. All right, if you like what you hear, you're going to love what you see. Go over to our Instagram, Gateway Gamers Pod. Email us, leave 5 stars. Check us out on YouTube. No video, just audio. And check out the Redbubble and TeePublic store for merch to support the show. And if you really want to help the show, tell your friends about us.
Damn, that was all one take. Normally I stutter and all over it.
Yeah.
All right.
I normally mess up the stores.
Intro.
No, I normally mess up. I go like
Redpublic and T-Bubble.
Yeah, T-Bubble. So check them out. Love you guys. Bye. Happy Halloween. Ooh.